Welcome to Benilde St. Margaret's High School. A spot on the state class 3A volleyball tournament's on the line next. It's the Section 6 championship between the Wayzata Trojans and the Eden Prairie Eagles. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Andy Gugasberg, and obviously Eden Prairie's kind of dominated this section in the last few years. They got a heck of a challenge from Minnetonka. The Skippers nearly took them out in the semis the other night. We'll see how they bounce back or how they respond to that.
You know, Eden Prairie's been very limited in their battle testing this year. Coach Chad Becker talked to us about that before the match, talking about how they hadn't been pushed to 5 very much, so that was a relatively new territory for them. However, the team plays such strong team defense. They were able to overcome, I believe it was 5 or 6 match points for Minnetonka and come out on top there.
For Wayzata, they're a team that maybe if you saw them earlier in the season, you'd be a little surprised that they're in this spot. They knocked off Hopkins the other night, a match that maybe surprised some people, but they have just gotten better and better as the season goes. They're really not the same team that Eden Prairie saw during the regular season.
Absolutely not. Scott Jackson and his staff do a great job of prepping those kids for the end of the season. It's about getting wins early, yes, no, maybe. But as he talked about with us earlier, he said, we talked about limiting errors earlier in the season, and then right around the beginning of October, we're going to amp it up and we're going to start taking those big swings, doing aggressive things with the ball, and it's paid off for them late.
Eden Prairie is a team that in the past a lot of times has had one really big hitter that you know they're going to go to. A little bit different look this year. Very balanced group, 5 players with 150 or more kills. So they're a little less predictable, I think, in a lot of ways, and that may help them in this championship match.
Absolutely. I think we were doing this match 2 to 3 years ago, and the call was that Wilhite was going to get the ball, and people following the match on Twitter knew it was coming. I mean, that was who that team was. That's where their identity was. This year, they can beat you from any of the 5 attacking positions, and they've got a setter running the show who's one of the best in the state.
And for Wayzata, they, in a lot of ways, have just nothing to lose. I mean, they were a team that maybe wasn't expected to be here. They're pretty loose right now. They're feeling confident. They're feeling good. This is a team they've seen before, even though they lost to them. So I don't think they're going to be intimidated out here at all.
Oh, no. There's no way Wayzata's intimidated here. They've been in this match, this section championship match, more times than I can count. Scott Jackson's got his squad ready. The girls are loose. They're comfortable. They finished term on Friday, he was telling us. So end of term, Halloween night, and now we get to play some section championship volleyball. They're loose and ready to go.
All right, should be a great matchup here. The Section 6 title is on the line next here on 12 Sports, the Eagles and the Trojans.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Welcome back here to Benilde. The crowd filing in for this afternoon matchup here between the Trojans and the Eagles. And we'll get a look at our starting lineups for these two teams here tonight. As Wayzata starts Kate Bird, Tia Dilly-Starks, Sabrina Lure, Morgan Baufield, Elizabeth Benson. Their setters Mackenzie Greschel, and their libero is Riley Wilson. For the Trojans, who started out 6-5 earlier this year, but have obviously done a great job since and just getting a little better and better as they go. And for Eden Prairie and Coach Chad Becker, their starters are Abby Erke, Ashley Brueggemann, who had a tremendous match in one of the regular season ones against the Trojans, Grace Pearson, Laura Campbell, Elizabeth Moore, Tamika Brecky, and Lauren Madison is the libero for Eden Prairie. So look at how things have shaped up in Section 6-3A to this point. We had the one upset, if you'll call it that, with Wayzata knocking off Hopkins in that semi. But again, as we talked about in the pregame, we were very close to not seeing Eden Prairie here. To the surprise of pretty much everyone, I think Minnetonka really did have a legitimate shot and almost took them out.
Absolutely true. We had a great volleyball a couple nights ago in this same building, and we're going to get it again here.
There's a look at Scott Jackson, the Trojans head coach, and he's kind of been through it all. He said, you know, a lot of strong teams in the last several years. Of course, made it to the state tournament in 2008, 9, and 10. The runner-up 2 years in a row in 2009 and 2010. And similarly, in Prairie has obviously put some things together in these last few years. Had a championship team in 2011 under Chad Becker, and also they were the runner-up in 2012, and they were in the tournament last year. So neither program strangers to a lot of volleyball success, although a lot of it has been real recent. So they're not necessarily, 20-year powers, but definitely in this decade and in the 2000s, they've both been very strong programs.
Yeah, I mean, Chad Becker took over a program for Mark Kashke, who is over at Simley coaching there now, and came into a program that was pretty well established and has taken it obviously to that next level. Scott Jackson, in 14 years, has built Wayzata into quite a power. They're a team that nobody in the state wants to see during the regular season or in the state tournament when they do get there. So both teams with a lot of history, with a lot of pride on the line. These two teams are very familiar with each other. We're going to see how the battle goes tonight.
I thought it was interesting, too, how Scott Jackson described how early part of the season they were just working to eliminate mistakes. And then as the season got later on, they say, okay, now it's time that we really get to it and start being aggressive and trying to create things for ourselves rather than just trying to avoid mistakes.
And that's a great philosophy during a high school season, in my opinion, as in the early part of the season, everybody's trying to figure themselves out, and if you give away points with costly errors, you're going to lose some matches that you need to win. Late in the season, once lineups are set and people are a little more figured out as to what they're doing, you've really got to put the pressure on your opponents, and Wayzata has been doing just that for the last month.
Billy Starks will serve to start things out here for the Trojans.
Nice crowd in here tonight, this afternoon. Full on both sides inside Benilde. Nice little venue for us for the section final.
Billy Starks gets that one over and barely avoids the curtain. Eagles will come right side with it, and we have net contact, it looks like, here.
On Brueggemann, it'll be a point for Wayzata.
Greshel setting it there, but denied. Nice block there by Campbell for the Eagles.
Greshel does a great job here getting up on the jump set. Campbell doesn't go up on that block, so she's able to stay and block the middle.
Strong serve there, just getting to it was Wilson. Berg's hit denied. We'll get another opportunity, but Brueggemann penetrating the net well and gets the block for the Eagles.
I think that's where the majority of the chaos is going to happen when Brueggemann's in the front row. Berg is a dynamic attacker, only a sophomore. Brueggemann seems to be equal to the task early, though.
Cross court and good for Berg, able to find the corner.
Good delivery all the way to the antenna. Berg finds the last inch of the sideline over there. Great cross-court swing.
Lure with the serve here for the Trojans. They work the slide out to the right and put away by Baufield for Wayzata.
Coach Jackson talked to us about a change he made earlier in the year. He looks like he put Berg and Dilly Starks opposite each other, so one of those two is going to be able to take big swings for them in the front row the entire time. Starts Berg in the 4, so her 3 rotations will be up first.
And an ace there for Lure. And Wayzata playing pretty well early on here without a 4-2 lead. Brueggemann trying to tip, but try to be a little too fine there.
Yeah, they do a great job. Campbell staying back for the slide and able to draw the block, but Brueggemann tries to go too fancy.
Off the light, and it'll be down for a point as Madison trying to pass that ball, got it up a little bit too high, so the Trojans continue to roll here. 6-2 lead early on in set one.
Lure, quite an asset as a serving middle here, put on a nice little 4-point run so far for the Trojans.
Blocked there by Baufield. Eagles recover. Berg looking to tip over the block and gets it done.
Great vision by Berg there to see this. Let's get another look. Yeah, good back set. Equal to the challenge is Berg, and then the ball gets tipped over. We go back to Berg again, who tips it right over the block for the kill. It is all Wayzata early here as they're out to an 8-2 lead. Oh, 8-3. (7-3) scoreboard malfunction over there.
Berg again going cross court and able to put it away for the Trojans.
Heavy dose of Berg early here. Greshel does a great job getting her off the net to avoid the block. That ball's cut inside Erke.
And a great serve there by Greshel. Strong serving has really helped this start for the Trojans.
Coach Chad Becker talked about first contact being a strength for his team. It's been a little bit of a struggle for him to start this set.
And Eden Prairie breaks the string as Pearson will get the kill for the Eagles.
Greshel does a nice job serving here. Madison handles the ball well. More to the freshman Pearson, who goes around the block for the point.
Quick in the middle, and Pearson getting another kill there for the Eagles, so they'll break the tide a little bit.
Pearson with back-to-back kills in the middle. Typically a left side hitter, but knowing her spot would be best served in the middle this year instead of on the left side, coming in and helping out the Eagles.
Quick middle attack there, and Baufield gets the kill for the Trojans. So Kate Berg will serve. 5-point advantage for Wayzata as they get off to a solid start here in this first set. Another real good serve. Right side, Dilly Starks puts it away.
Good free ball pass by Berg. Back set from Greshel. Dilly Starks in the scene all over that ball. Great start for the Trojans as they're up 11-5, and Chad Becker takes a timeout. Not what I was expecting from the Eagles, that's for sure. However, hats off to Wayzata as they are coming for blood right now. Serving super aggressive, playing hard and fast, and we see right here how they got here. Eden Prairie down 14-11 in the fifth, storms back to win 16-14 to make their appointment here in the section final.
And for Wayzata, picking up that victory over Hopkins. The first one was real tight, but they pulled it out 28-26, and then they were, I don't want to say cruised, but they were the team in command in the second and third and able to pick up the victory and advance back here. So, boy, I think their serving is kind of setting the tone for a lot of these points, too, because they're getting Eden Prairie back on their heels trying to pass the ball.
Absolutely true. We talked about with Coach Scott Jackson about how in the beginning of the year it was we're not going to make errors. This is part of that going for it mentality, serving tough and being okay with an error if one comes, but we got to go for it here.
Berg with the serve, and again a pretty solid one. Wilson digs it up. Cross court with it goes Jagerson, who's checked in. Great dig by Berg. And then a great block in turn in the middle by Baufield. And Wayzata, boy, their timing is sharp on just about everything they do as well.
They are working together right now. Baufield one-on-one against Pearson and shuts her down. Berg to serve again.
Work it to the outside. Nice dig there by Wilson. And ball gets down, though, as Wayzata kind of caught looking there.
One of the definite disadvantages of being in a smaller gym, that ceiling is a little lower. The ball was dug up into the rafters, causing the communication breakdown for Wayzata. Brecky in to serve here for the Eagles.
Left-hander. Greshel goes middle and put away by Baufield. And Eden Prairie seems to be a little step slow on blocking a lot of these. They're not real sure where the ball's going to be coming.
Right, and all credit to Greshel for that. She's a deceptive setter right now, running her offense pretty fluidly.
Off the block, Trojans scramble, but Jagerson will get a swing. Nice dig there, though. And nice cut shot there by Erke for EP.
Great dig from Brecky in the back row. Moore gives Erke a ball off the net, and she's able to slice it and dice it.
And Wayzata, a rare mix-up there. Nobody home on where that pass came.
Yeah, I think Greshel thought Luer was going to be running a 31 set there, and she came in off one leg to hit the ball right in front of the setter. A little bit of miscommunication there.
Madison with the serve.
That's the ball she wanted last time.
Yep, and it worked out much better, obviously, this time around for Luer and crew. But
oh, that was long. Swing must have been just long. Looked like she had good contact on it. Must have just missed it.
Billy Starks off the net. Was not a block, never made it over. So the Eagles are chipping away right back to within 3 now after a slow start. Overpass there, but they recover. Oops, Billy Starks tried to change her mind at the last minute there, and that didn't work out so well. Timeout now for Wayzata. So just like we saw the surge for them, now we're seeing Eden Prairie force them into some mistakes and take advantage, and they're right back to within 13-11.
At some point, high school girls are still going to be high school girls, and I think that's what we got right now. A little bit of nerves catching up with Wayzata there. Dilly Starks doesn't make that kind of error twice in a day, and we've seen it twice in 3 points. We got a good serve here from Madison. Definitely takes the Trojans out of system. Ball sent back over. Not quite sure what to do with it to Dilly Starks. There's no communication. Ends up chipping that ball right into the net. Just a lack of focus, for lack of a better term. I don't know if she didn't know if that ball was blocked, if she had another contact, what the communication was there. She wasn't quite sure what she wanted to do with it. Definitely not the result Scott Jackson was looking for.
Eden Prairie getting a piece of that one. Erke with the swing. Berg, though, gets to it. They'll have to play a free ball over here, though, and Eden Prairie will try and go back on the attack. Dug up. Jagerson will push it over. To the outside, Jagerson cross court with it, and can they get it out of the ceiling? Yes. Berg digging Erke. Near collision there, the scramble's on, but the Eagles not quite able to get it over.
It's a heck of a rally right there. That's some pretty good section final volleyball. Good defense on both sides. Erke with a couple big swings. Berg equal to the challenge, digging those up. Just good volleyball.
Elizabeth Benson serving here for the Trojans, up by 3. And just barely kept alive. Dilly Starks a big swing, but the Eagles get there. But into the net, and too tough to recover on that one, so a point for the Trojans.
I'm just looking at our roster here. Riley Wilson is Elizabeth Benson's a 5'11" DS right now, DSing on the right side. You don't see that often enough in high school.
Benson not able to handle that one, and so point for the Eagles. Greshel will come back right side with it. Strong hit, but dug up. Greshel has to track this one down. Dilly Starks toward the corner. Good positioning by Wilson there to take that one. Greshel scrambling to get it. Dilly Starks dropping it in the middle, but good hustle gets to that one. Off the ceiling, and they cannot recover. Greshel trying to like a infielder going back on a fly ball, trying to find it there off the ceiling.
Absolutely. This is good defensive volleyball right now. Great digs on both sides of the ball.
Well, we talked about how good of a team Eden Prairie has, and Chad Becker said he feels like this may be the best defensive team that he's ever had.
Ball was signaled down by the down ref. Scott Jackson disagrees. Let's take a look. Ball set outside into the block. Ball's moving so fast, our camera crew can't quite keep up with it. Good try, though, guys.
1 point margin now. Dilly Starks. Powerful swing there, and Madison couldn't quite control that one, and up into the bench it goes. 16-14 Trojans. Dilly Starks will serve here for Wayzata. Greshel setting for Berg. And the return goes wide of the mark. Wayzata up by 3.
Berg definitely an offensive weapon up here. That might be 5 or 6 kills for her, I believe.
Overpass there, put away by Berg, and Wayzata stretched the margin again now to 4 at 18-14. Timeout, Eden Prairie.
18-14, good offensive run here by Wayzata, doing great things with the volleyball here. We've got a great serve here from Tia Dilly Starks. Trough to Reed, ball's gonna go up. Kate and Lou are both decide, we don't need to hit it hard. We're gonna find some easy court right in front of us. It's the story of the serve right now though, Jay. Wayzata's serve went on, is giving Eden Prairie so much trouble they can't run their offense in any way, shape, or form. When they take a little off that serve, Eden Prairie is able to pass a pretty decent ball, get the side out, and go on a run for themselves. Wayzata, when they're aggressive, they're winning. When they're afraid, when they're passive, when they're not quite sure what they want to do, they're giving up 2, 3, 4-point runs. Eden Prairie's defense isn't going to let an easy ball hit the floor, so they're going to have to keep bringing it if they're going to extend this lead and take this first set.
Dilly Starks back to the service line here for the Trojans. And misfires down the line. 3-point advantage now for Wayzata. But Eden Prairie, if they're going to have a decent shot, they've got to make a little bit of a run here, I think, right now. Erke will serve. And Berg pounds another one home.
Berg making a home on that cross-court sideline here. Another great set by Greshel. She goes deep to the 5 for another point. Becker starts Erke in the back row, so now when Berg's in the front row scoring all her points, Erke's in the back row left trying to just dig.
And
Nichols with the point.
Sneaks that one in.
Again, that ball isn't served nearly tough enough. Moore can get her hands on it. Nichols goes exact same spot that Berg's found on the other side, goes deep 5.
Good recovery by the Eagles after Greshel dumps it over. Berg will tip this time. Brueggemann will hang time there to stay with it. And Brueggemann the block, but just in. Wow, I thought it was just wide. Instead it hit line.
Huh. We don't have a good angle on much, Jay, but I thought we had a pretty good angle on that one.
Okay, it wasn't just me then.
Right.
I thought it was just out. To the outside, the slide to Baufield.
Baufield fast behind. This is a great set and a great swing. Putting some thunder on that ball. Love it.
Greshel serving with a 3-point lead. Overpass there, and Baufield a rocket, but they dug it up. She'll swing again, and it is good.
Nichols not able to get enough on it, given the free ball opportunity, and Baufield's going to take advantage of that all day. Great swinging from her.
Trojans by 4, but Greshel missing the far sideline there. 21-18 now.
Eden Prairie gets their big gun Brueggemann in the back row here.
Jagerson going cross court, but dug up. Nichols squeezes that one through. Well placed. There wasn't a thunder shot there, but dropped it in.
Pearson does a good job getting available here, holding the middle blocker, Baufield from Wayzata. That's why that seam was open.
Greshel's going to come to Berg on the right, off the ceiling, and they will recover and get it over, though. Toward the corner, Dilly Stark's able to play it. Now Berg tipping. And Brueggemann trying to get there, got there, but couldn't control it.
Good defense on both sides of the ball still here. Just kids playing with a lot of heart right now. A lot of heart.
Berg serving with Wayzata up 22-19. Come right back to the left side there. Nichols has it dug up though. Here's Jagerson off the block. Greshel a long run, but got there and put away by Baufield. The block got one hand on it, Pearson, but couldn't control it.
Roll shot, easy pickup, bang from the middle, ball gets blocked. Pearson doesn't press, ball lands on her side.
Great scramble by Berg, punches it over. Nichols going right up the middle, but they get there. And off the net and long, but it was tipped. So a point for the Eagles here.
Relentless defense. Berg is impressive.
Brecky serving here for EP, but they're down 3. Erke has that one dug up by Berg. Dilly Stark's pushing it middle. And to the corner, nice placement. They haven't gone line too awful much. There's been a lot of cross court, but that time changing it up a little bit is Abby Erkey, and they get it done.
Yeah, good decision here off the out-of-system set. Not a whole lot to do with the ball. Typically, you're right, they're going to go deep cross with that ball right at the libero, and this time she goes line and gets a kill out of it. Berg picking up the overpass swing.
And this time not able to control it, and now EP is to within 23-22. Timeout, Scott Jackson.
Erkey's been very impressive for Eden Prairie in the front row. Kate Berg trying to match it in the back row. Misses it this time. Here we got Brecky with a good serve. A little bit of an overpass. Erkey goes hard in front of Berg. Berg does a good job getting her platform on it, but not able to control it enough to keep play alive. Good swing from Erkey. Good energy from the Eagles right now. You can't tell that Wayzata has given up 3 of the last 4 here. Their energy's still really good. Playing some really solid team volleyball. Impressed with what Scott Jackson and his crew are doing right now. They're up 1. They're about to receive here, which kind of puts them at the advantage as long as they're able to handle the serve from Brecky.
So Brecky gets to go ahead to bring it with the serve here, down by a point, but they've rallied back. Dreschel a long run to get there, and they'll play it over deep corner. Cross court, and it looks like it's good. There was a little bit of brief indecision as the officials checked with each other, but evened up at 23. Oh yeah.
Erkey does a great job cutting that ball. Hard cross at the 10-foot line. Game to 2.
Brecky trying to keep the momentum going for the Eagles. Good block there by Erkey. Dreschel with the dig. Eagles won that little joust, and Berg will have to play it over. Erkey off the block. Jagerson hitting over the top of that block. Overpass there and put down nicely by Pearson. She didn't get too out of control there, but just timed it right, didn't hit the net, which was as big as anything there, 24-23.
Absolutely. Sometimes in this type of match, you'll get overexcited, reach over early, and refs will blow that whistle every time. Nice serve.
Billy Starks had to backpedal for that one. A great dig by Madison. And Erkey off the block and good, and Eden Prairie rallies to win 25-23. That one's going to feel like the one that got away, I think, for Wayzata.
Absolutely true here. We got a good serve here. Out of system swing as Dilly Starks isn't quite sure where that ball's coming. Madison with about her 9th dig of the set. Up and off. Moore puts up a hittable ball for Erkey, who goes off Ballfield's hands to score. Down 23-20. Although it can't really feel like it's that much different for Eden Prairie after what they came back from in set 5 on Tuesday night. Down 23-20, 5 straight to win the first set. If you're Eden Prairie, that's got to feel like the biggest momentum swing in your favor you could possibly have. If you're Wayzata, you're licking your wounds a little bit right now, but you got about 2 minutes and 12 seconds to do that, and then it's time to go.
So 25-23, Eagles take the first. We'll be back with set 2 here on 12 Sports. Welcome back here to Benilde St. Margaret's High School. This is the Section 6 3A Volleyball Championship. Eden Prairie, the top seed, pulling one out over Wayzata. For 80% of that set, Andy, I think Wayzata did exactly what they wanted to do, and that now they just have to bounce back from having the lead kind of snatched from them late.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this game is we play 3 out of 5. One set isn't going to kill you here, but they're going to want to come out hard and fast in set 2.
Urke with the block and then puts it away. So the Eagles strike first here in set number 2.
Tight pass dumped over. Urke takes the second chance and takes advantage of it. Becker swung his lineup through rotation, so Urke is in fact in the front row to start here. Oh no, just one. I apologize. He's got more serving here.
Berg tipping Brueggemann came down and then still got enough on it to punch it over. And that one was tipped, so Trojans will even things up.
Good swing by Berg here, knowing she's kind of trap set, goes off the hands of Brueggemann.
It was kind of a unusual looking finish, and nobody made a quick signal because of that, just to be sure that they had seen the same thing there. Brueggemann tipping over the block, but Benson gets there, and then Berg hammers it home.
Berg with a great swing there. Again, ball field available, draws the middle block just long enough for Berg to get that seam in the block.
Berg really seems to just explode with that swing, too. And there's Brueggemann hammering one home. Cross court, and Berg able to put it away again for the Trojans. Greshel serving here for Wayzata. She's certainly going to be a good one, already is as a sophomore. Brueggemann, a big swing, but it was blocked right back into her teammate Campbell. Campbell pushing that one over. Greshel able to play it. And there's Berg, a big swing.
Great play by Madison, or by Moore.
Baufield, a left-hand tip, and it's going to come into the Eagles bench. And Chad Becker said, I don't want you hurt here. We'll concede the point.
How about that pickup by Moore? Just a great defensive effort. Eyes where they need to be. Picks up the ball off Madison's arms. Keeps it in play.
And this one put away to the outside by Nichols. What I like, too, about both teams, and I mean, it's a sign of good coaching and experienced players, too, is that they're never giving up. You know, when you see a great defensive play, a lot of times you see the other team all kind of standing and watching because they thought they had the point racked up, and we're not really seeing that here today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Until they hear a whistle, everybody's moving. It's beautiful.
Billy Starks will push this one over. Wow, and it finds some space. Miscommunication for Eden Prairie there as Campbell made a late lunge at it, but somebody should have gotten that one, no doubt.
Absolutely true. That's that half rotation when you have your middle serving. And she's not used to being behind the 10-foot line. That was the result right there. No communication from Campbell to middle.
Madison to the court to get that one. Pushed to the outside, and it is good. As Nichols finding the corner with that one.
Greshel trying to will that ball out of bounds. Didn't quite get it to fall her way. Ball lands in. Great tip deep down the line for Nichols.
Ashley Brueggemann serving here for Eden Prairie. And they were quite effective in the first set with that, coming middle there, but Baufield that time didn't get on top of the ball and drove it well out. Greshel out to get it. Dilly Starks missing as she tried to go deep corner. So the Eagles move into the lead.
Greshel not given much of a pass here. Decides she has to bump set it high and outside, and Dilly Starks just misses. Gets a little better ball that time, takes it in the court this time. Nichols answers.
And it goes off that curtain, and then the Trojans unable to recover.
Blockers for Wayzata expecting that ball to go over, looking already at the attackers for Eden Prairie, expecting them to swing on an overpass. Didn't see that ball.
To the corner, but too deep. You can see Wayzata maybe second guessing a little bit now. They're not attacking as hard. They're hoping and pushing toward corners a little bit.
Dilly Starks not playing with the confidence we're used to seeing her play with right now.
Baufield a full swing there, and Madison tried, knocked the chair over, but not quite able to control that one. So be a side out here for Wayzata as they are down by 2, and Baufield to serve. Nichols, but that one dug up nicely by Baufield. Madison, strong dig again, and Berg likewise at the other end. And tipped home in the middle. Sometimes you almost wonder if Madison, maybe she should just start on the floor, because that's where she winds up out in every time ever. Anyway.
Absolutely true. Pearson there gets caught at the net a little bit, turns and yells, and Moore finds her, and she tips that ball right in the middle of the court.
Recky's serving here. Berg's pass, not a real good one. And quick set there in the middle, and Pearson able to smoke that one home, and the Eagles have things going their way again now, leading at 10-6.
It's a zero tempo set from Moore there. Pearson's already in the air swinging her arm before Moore delivers it. That's next to impossible to block.
And Dilly Starks this time gets a full swing at it and able to put it away deep middle.
Great job here by Dilly Starks taking this ball. It's off the net and finding a seam in the block. Madison doesn't quite fill the hole as she's supposed to there. Point for Wayzata.
Benson serving here for the Trojans. Off the block and then attacked by Greshel. This one is off of Greshel, as going out line with it there was Erke.
Erke does a great job. Didn't quite get her feet going in transition fast enough, able to see the right hand of Greshel and go off it.
Madison serving here for Eden Prairie. Back to that slide and put away as Lure cross court with it.
Lure is sneaky good here. She's not going to make a whole lot of wow plays, but she's just going to continue to rack up kills for her team. Great job by her getting available there to hit that slide down.
Erke going toward the corner. Tough ball for Greshel. They'll tip it over. Greshel dumping with the left hand there. Dilly Starks there to dig it on Erke. Now Berg. Madison and Berg swings again and misfires.
Great idea here. Berg gets her own swing back. Doesn't quite time to jump well. Hits that ball into the net.
Brueggemann back in for Eden Prairie as Elizabeth Moore will serve. And Erke wins that battle. So
serve receive breakdown over there for Wayzata. They're not putting Greshel in a good position to run her offense, and Scott Jackson's going to want to talk about it for a little bit here. Good serve here from Moore, who's probably one of the more consistent servers in the state. A little too much arm motion from the libero Wilson there. Sends that ball tight and over. Greshel does what she can to try up and go get it, but Erke sees that ball in the plane and does what she's trained to do and goes up and swings at it. Wayzata got to kind of calm down here and get things back under control on their side, Jay. Everything's a little too chaotic. I think, like you said earlier, they're trying to do too much with too little and also unsure of what they can do. They're a great team. They got here by beating a very good Hopkins team, and they had Eden Prairie in set one. They go back to playing that type of volleyball with that type of confidence, they're going to be just fine, but they need to side out in a pretty bad way right now, down 5, 8-13.
Yeah, they seem so sharp and confident for most of that first set, and now that's kind of, they're trying to struggle to regain that a little bit here. They just seem a little bit off. Across for Berg, and that's one way to get it started as she's able to record the kill.
Berg goes cross, cross, and more cross, and this time it's just more cross. Goes around the block there. Erke not in her disciplined defensive position. Ball falls for a kill.
Lure the serve.
Madison stays on her feet.
And Erke missing wide with that one.
Just like that, 13-10.
They'll come to Brueggemann, but has it denied.
Brueggemann has the right side, hits a lot of what we call play sets. So she's not going to just hit a 9. This time she hits a 32, but Wayzata's block is so well trained to identify hitters before the ball is served. They're standing there with 4 hands ready for it.
To the outside for Baufield, and she's able to put it away. Eden Prairie has generally not adjusted well to that slide.
No, they have not. It's because Greshel runs it so much faster than just about anybody else in the state. Great timing. Baufield does a great job getting ahead of the ball and letting it catch up to her there. Good swing for her.
And Lure serves up an ace for the Trojans. And they fight back.
That's Lure's 5th ace of the match.
So 13 all. Long run, just barely getting there now. Brueggemann sends it over. Here's Berg for the lead. Great effort and great recovery made there by Moore. Erke able to knock one off the left hand there of Baufield. Good recovery there. We talked about the Eden Prairie defense. That was all defense that saved that point.
Absolutely true. Here we got an odd assistant play to end it. Baufield, if she just stays within her arms, she's going to be fine, but she reaches out, loses some strength on that penetration, and gets tooled.
Berg tipping. Great effort to get there by Moore. And Erke able to drop it in. So the Eagles lead by 2. Again, Moore playing a solid game defensively, too.
Let's watch this dig here. It's a great little run through, pops it up and off. Good communication to Brueggemann, who goes Erke out of the back row for the point. And on cue, a miss serve from Erke. Good run for her there.
Boy, we sure haven't had many of those today, though. People serving fairly aggressively, but getting everything in, too. Which I guess at this level you kind of expect or hope to see anyway.
You hope it. You hope it. You don't always get it.
And Nichols scoring for EP there. They will go up by 2 now as Campbell will serve. Brueggemann's going to attack here with the left hand, but misses it.
That ball wasn't even off Moore's arms, and she knew what she wanted to do with that ball. Just thought a little bit too hard about it. Missed wide. Good serve from Berg here.
Into the middle, they'll come to Brueggemann. Had it blocked. Nichols tips. And the Eagles close the block nicely there to deny Jagerson.
Take Greshel out of the play by making her play the first ball. That allows Pearson to break early to go close that block. Pearson and Brueggemann quite formidable as a blocking tandem out there.
Off the net, no chance to recover on that one as Baufield drilling it at Brueggemann.
Yeah, great swing by Baufield there. Plays with a level of intensity that's really enjoyable to watch. She never yells at her teammates. She's just focused and intent, and everything seems to be internal with her. She's doing a nice job.
Good effort, but put away there by Pearson.
Pearson stays out on the left side on that rotation. Good enough for the kill.
Brecky in to serve here for Eden Prairie. They lead at 18-16. They won the first set, rallying past Wayzata after trailing 23-20. And Erke timing that one perfectly to block Luer.
Luer comes in on that little pump in front and then tries to drive behind, and Erke's all over it. Great vision.
Billy Starks gets a swing. Madison trying to control it. And let's see,
there
do we
is
have
no
a whistle?
international pursuit rule. She's not allowed to go out on the other side of the net there. As a result, she does a great job hustling the ball down, but it is in fact illegal at the high school level. At the college level, at the international level, you can go make that play, but not here.
It was hard to hear a whistle. It's very loud in this gym, and it was kind of like some of the players were still going and some were not.
There was no whistle as it happened. The up ref had to take a few seconds and try and remember what game she was actually calling here. You'll see that with these high-level officials that do a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Got to make sure they're in the right rule book, and then they'll make their call.
And put away here by Pearson to get a little momentum back for Eden Prairie. They go up by 20-18.
Ball is past center court. Pearson does a great job staying in front of her setter Moore and taking that ball to the one zone for a kill.
Lauren Madison serving here. Joust at the net. Now out to Erke, left side. Tips over the block, but Benson gets there. Billy Starks trying to hit somebody in the bench there. It looked like she had a score to settle with somebody on the sideline.
It's a good idea for her to go up and try and find hands. The hands just weren't as high as she was. She jumps a little higher than the block did there, and as a result, misses that attempt.
Greshel out to the outside and just long from Luer. Pretty good idea. Eden Prairie watching it go, though, and it was definitely long. 22-18 Eagles. Timeout Wayzata. And you have the feeling that they're just, that first set got away from them, and they're just not able to get back to where they were. Not just score-wise, but play-wise.
Right, absolutely. We have a good serve here, handled well by the middle, and a good swing here. Sorry, I was a little earlier in the rally. We got a dump over. Greshel here is going to go to Luer behind, which has been money all day, and she misses for the first time. Good rally there. You're right, though, Jay. We got a whole lot of momentum and energy. That doubt is still sitting on the Trojan side. Not quite sure if they've got what it takes here. We've seen them. We've seen them play at a level that is good enough to beat this Eden Prairie team. They just got to find that rhythm again and find that belief again. And we should be in for a long day here. I'd like to see this one go 4 or 5.
Madison to serve out of the timeout. Overpass there, and Erke knows what to do with that. 23-18.
Madison should get the assist here as that great serve comes right back to Erke's right hand, and she puts it away.
Billy Starks dug up by Brecky. And Erke this time going deep corner down the line. So 24-18, Eden Prairie not wanting to give any life for Wayzata there, let them creep back.
How about Erke coming on this set, just playing phenomenal volleyball, scoring a billion different ways it seems like.
Billy Starks, Madison able to dig it up though, and then quickly back to her feet to take the next ball. And tipped home there by Campbell. And so Eden Prairie will win it 25-18. They look strong in that one. Wayzata is going to have to shake it off and try and bounce back as we look at our winning point
here. I mean, Madison serves tough. It's a great pass. Greshel knows that Dilly Starks wants this ball, hits it with everything she's got, and Madison, for about the 40th time this match, takes a ball that should fall for a kill and just pops it up because it's her job. After that, we got a little bit of rally, and of course, Eden Prairie wins the set, and the point and the set. They're up 2-0, all the momentum on their side. We'll be back after this quick break.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Wayzata looking to rally here after losing the first 2 sets to Eden Prairie here in the Section 6 championship. And, it almost felt like maybe, Andy, this was the time when you needed to tell a joke or something in the huddle. I mean, just kind of break the tension for them a little bit.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of tension right now on the Trojan side here. The players on the court not quite sure what to do. They had all the answers for most of set 1 and then let that one slip away. And set 2 was all Eden Prairie. They got to figure it out in a hurry here if they're going to take this to 4.
Erke does a good job to keep that ball alive, but no matter, the Trojans score it anyway.
Great job here, Lure getting available and taking that ball away from the block. Good swing for her.
Billy Starks serving here with a 1-0 lead. Erke with the swing. Billy Starks trying to control it, but it went off the net, and Berg couldn't do anything with it. So Erke will serve here in a 1-1 tie. Greshel coming to Berg left side, and again able to put it away.
Brueggemann jumps outside the antenna to try and take away something, and Berg able to take care of that ball. Great swing from Berg there.
Here's Nichols. And it's going to go too long as Lure made an effort.
That ball's up and on Wayzata's side. That might have been the momentum they needed. Whenever you get a middle dig, good things seem to happen. Middle's not used to playing behind the 10-foot line. They pick up a ball teams will rally around that in a big hurry.
And Nichols did a nice job avoiding the blocker there.
Overpass from Wayzata for the way too manyth time tonight. Gonna have to get that under control here if we're gonna see a set 4.
And interestingly, I thought for most of the first set, it was them that was really forcing Eden Prairie's mistakes with their serving.
Absolutely, they had all the momentum all of set 1 until they let it slip away at the end, and it's been all Eden Prairie since. Those breaks that you get when you've got Big Mo on your side are not falling their way.
Greshel to serve here, 3-3. Nichols tipping. Jagerson across with it to Berg. Greshel will go left side for Berg with that one, but dug up. Roll shot to the middle there by Brueggemann. Brueggemann will get a swing this time. And Brueggemann pounding that one home down the line.
No answer when she gets up that high. Nice little rally here. Back set to Brueggemann. Berg is a great offensive player, but she can't block a player at that height.
Overpass here, but their recover was Baufield and dig it up. Outside to Berg, but punches that one long. She had the range to her left out wide.
Yeah, not real comfortable with where that ball was set. Abel tries to do too much with it there.
And that one's too long. Good communication there as Wilson was about to rise up and play that one, but so 5-4 lead for Eden Prairie with Berg serving. Down the line and good. Nice controlled shot there by Pearson. She didn't try to get, too much on it. She just put it in a great spot.
Like those infield singles that have eyes, that ball, she took that ball exactly where it needed to go.
And you didn't, at least for me, I didn't have the feeling that it was lucky either. I mean,
no.
She put it where she wanted to.
She definitely saw where that ball was supposed to go. Great defense.
Erke chipping over. It seems that Eden Prairie, they're not necessarily blocking the cross court, but they're digging it a lot better than they were in the first set.
And that's a common thing when teams talk about what their block does. Eden Prairie's block isn't there to stuff balls back on the other side. Eden Prairie's block is there to funnel balls to their defenders, and it's been doing a great job right up until that moment.
Dilly Stark says, "Hey, dig this."
Great swing from Dilly Starks. Again, goes outside the block. Madison's caught a little bit behind it there. Good swing, good vision.
Baufield serving for the Trojans. Erke just barely good with that one.
Surgical with that swing. She goes off speed, doesn't have a whole lot of power on that ball, but able to place it where it needs to go.
Lauren Madison, one of the 3 captains for the Eagles, serving here. Dilly Starks rolling it over the block and finds a home, 8-6.
Good idea here by Rachel Corman. She sees the ball inside, doesn't quite get her arms under it though. Great swing, good vision again.
Erke has that one dug up by Berg. They'll go to Dilly Starks. And a misfire there as she catches the tape. So the Eagles up by 3 as Moore will serve. And that one's going to wind up wide, so Lure will get the kill there for Wayzata.
Great swing for Lure there.
Billy Starks serving here. Team is within 2, hanging in, not putting together a great run or anything, but still staying with it here in this third. And Berg getting up to pound that one home.
Great swing from Berg there, seam of the block.
They seem to have trouble timing her. She got been able to deliver quite often.
She's not a big outside hitter, but she jumps well and she stays in the air just a little bit longer than you'd expect.
Billy Starks, good pass there, but Erke with the block, covered by Baufield. Berg has that one denied though. Good block by Campbell for Eden Prairie. Again, their defense coming through in a variety of ways.
Yeah, good vision on the block here. Blocker's eyes getting on the hitter, not on the ball, going up later than they had been, which had been the error earlier in their way.
Berg firing away cross court, but it's dug up. Here's Nichols. Roll to the middle there. Benson had trouble controlling it. A scramble. Billy Starks to the corner. Right on target with that pass. And now Berg will get it.
Great swing from Berg. Brueggemann doesn't press. Beats her through for the kill.
Here's Lure to serve, trying to even things up here in set 3. And that one's good from Ashley Brueggemann.
Eyes don't dig balls, and we had 2 Wayzata players there watching that ball, hoping somebody else is going to make a play.
Here's Berg, had it blocked. Looking cross court with it. Overpass there, Baufield a swing, and it will ultimately be down.
Eden Prairie would have won that point. That might have been the match. That was the swing that needed to fall for a kill for Wayzata, and it did.
Brueggemann will tip. And hammered home by Baufield, so we're even at 11. Nichols had it blocked.
Ooh. Over is the call. Was that a block? Reached over to make that play.
So Eagles go back in front by a point here. Back out for Nichols, and might have been headed wide off Jagerson's block, but Nichols, it was coming at her and had a very quick decision to make.
Yeah, this ball gets blocked back into Nichols, and she carries it. The lift was the call. The ball gets caught kind of on her arm.
Baufield smokes it home. Trojans back in front. They're starting to believe again, it feels like.
Baufield taking over in the middle right now. That's 3 kills on 3 swings for her. Find her anywhere right now if you're Greshel and the Trojans.
Nichols off the hands of Baufield and down, so the Eagles quickly tie it back up. one of the things they've been able to do well since that first set was really limit Wayzata to a point at a time or maybe two.
Right, no big runs for the Trojans since set one. You're absolutely right.
Brecky serving down the line. Greshel will give it to Baufield, tipping this time. And put away in the middle by Pearson.
Good swing by Pearson there. I think it was Berg, almost got a play on it. Not quite enough there, though.
Tamika Brecky to serve again here for EP, leading by 1 at 14-13. And wide there, lead will grow to 2.
It's the right idea. Baufield's been a player to score of late. She just misses that one.
Madison another dig. And then Erke tried to be a little too fine with that tip.
Absolutely. When in doubt, don't give away points, and that's exactly what Erke does here. Not quite sure what she wants to do. Tips that ball well short.
Baufield chases it down. Jagerson had it blocked as Pearson will get the block for Eden Prairie.
Yeah, good block by Pearson there. Baufield does a great job trying to pick up the first ball, but Jagerson not quite able to get that ball around the block.
Dilly Starks
Off the block.
Score it off the tip there. So back to within 1 is Wayzata, 16-15, and Benson to serve. And it's an ace. Good time for that.
She's so long, that ball leaves her hand and it barely goes up at all. She's reaching as high as the net. So as a result, the ball doesn't go up and down. It just kind of goes flat and drops.
Into the net there. Trojans able to recover. Erke had a block by Greshel. She'll go again. Here's Dilly Starks tipping, and it crawls over.
Free ball.
Lure has it dug again by Madison. That one will skim the net and go over. Great rally here. Who will take it? And it's good. Dilly Starks with the kill for Wayzata. That was a big one.
That's a huge point, not only for the Trojans, but for Dilly Starks, who's tried to hit that shot about 5 times and missed. This time she gets the right amount of wrist snap on it and hits that ball deep on the end line where nobody's going to touch it. Great swing for her. Great momentum for the Trojans right now as they are up 17-16 in set 3 as Chad Becker and the Eden Prairie Eagles take a timeout. Good volleyball, good defensive effort on both sides, and I think you hit the nail on the head halfway through that rally. This is a big one. That's what happens at this point in these matches. It's late in set 3. If you're going to push, it's got to be now. Wayzata wins that point, takes the timeout here, and they're beaming ear to ear. They're excited. They're believing in each other. They're believing in the system that Scott Jackson and his crew have implemented. Be ready for some big swings that we saw to start the match here in order to finish out this set. This is the aggressive Wayzata Trojans that beat a very good Hopkins team a couple days ago and earned their spot here in the section championship. Going to try and earn a spot in the state tournament right now.
I was thinking that after the second set, things weren't looking all that good for Wayzata, but you think back to just how many matches you see where that can kind of go out the window. You get a little roll going, and they're fighting right back into it now. Tipped over, Dilly Starks reaching back, able to swat it over. Erke off the block and down. And Eden Prairie evens things up again.
Dilly Starks makes about 3 plays during that rally that were just super impressive. Erke here with the finish, goes off the block, catches Greshel coming under, or catches Benson coming under, not deep where she should be playing that ball.
And nice block by Brueggemann. A ball a little tight to the net there. Dilly Starks doing what she could with that one, but blocker Brueggemann in good position and rather easy block there.
Yeah, Brueggemann in a great position there. Dilly Stark's probably going to want to try and tool that block. She gets that set again.
A little bit of a miss hit there by Benson. Berg will have to send it over. Brueggemann missed trying to go down the line. Tried to sneak it outside of the block.
Great no call there on the touch. Eden Prairie begging for the touch call. She missed that ball, went for it and missed. Good job here on the line. Great swing from Brueggemann, who just misses. Good discipline from the Wayzata defense.
Erke dug up by Baufield. Berg with a big swing. Tipped over, and now a big scramble. And get back into position. Greshel will come out to the right with it. Luer had that one dug up. Another big point. And this time it'll go EP's way as Campbell able to get some hang time and get the block.
Good long rally here. Good choice to set Luer, who doesn't quite get her whole hand on it. Campbell's able to hang just a little longer and throw that ball back.
Erke serving here up 19-18. Oops. And Wilson changed her mind on how she was going to play that one and cost her 20-18.
Yeah, a little bit of doubt crept into her mind there whether she should play the ball with her hands or with her platform. Got caught in the middle and kind of eats that ball a little bit. Good timeout. Good time for the timeout by Scott Jackson and the Trojans here. We're going to get another look at this serve. Erke, who's been doing it from all over, now from the service line here. That ball's a little deep. Yeah, it doesn't quite get her hands up on time. All sorts of trouble. Good timeout, like I was saying, for Scott Jackson. Kind of calm the troops down, remind them what was happening 3 points ago when they had the momentum. We'll see if they come off this timeout ready to go at it again. If you're Eden Prairie right now, you're talking about what's working, and what's working right now is the team is working. It's not one player, it's not 2 players. It's a team effort for the Eagles right now, and it needs to be a team effort for the Trojans. Obviously, looking at who's out on the floor right now, my money is on Kate Berg to get this ball. They have Brueggemann in front of her, though, so we could see a couple different options. Luer on the slide.
Erke to serve. 2-point advantage now for Eden Prairie. Here is Berg. Erke's there, though. Brueggemann blocked but wide. And 21-18.
It's a commit block scheme from Eden Prairie. They were going to let Luer go one-on-one behind and funnels the ball right up to the defender. Back set to Bruggs for the point.
Nichols will send this one over. Greshel coming across for Berg. Defense there again. Tough ball to handle, but Erke will send it over. Erke nearly got that one down, but Wilson recovering. Keep on swinging here back and forth. And off the block, and Berg will get the side out back here for the Trojans.
Great rally, good finish here. Little out of system ball. Dilly Starks with the dig. Berg sees 4 hands in front of her and goes off him.
Luer with the serve. And ball was good on the line. Wiped it outside. Quick swipe here to the outside by Brueggemann. Boy, she really rotated. I thought it was going to be trouble to stay in there.
Brueggemann on a quick set in front with Campbell running behind. That's a great play set.
Berg has to track it down. Free ball chance here for Eden Prairie. Back to Brueggemann they go, and she delivers. 23-19.
She elevates so well here. Moore with the back set draws the block, meaning Brueggemann can cut inside the solo blocker there, and she does just that. 23-19, Eden Prairie up on Wayzata. I was watching a couple points ago and just in awe of Moore's defense. Typical of the knock-on setters is they don't play defense very well. Moore has made about 7 or 8 plays that the ball just should have been down, either in front of her or behind her, and she just throws a limb on it up to somebody, and the team defense that Chad Becker has been preaching to this group all year takes over from that point, and they live to fight another day, and it's been working really well for them here.
I'm guessing it gets a little discouraging as a hitter, too, to have those balls keep coming back at you.
Everything, you're coming at them with everything you got, and they're just brushing it off and throwing it right back to you. 23-19, Wayzata needs a push, and I mean now.
Campbell serving here. And, wow, Berg just barely got to that ball at all. But no matter, it's put away by Pearson. And now Eden Prairie to within a point of taking the set and the match.
Section championship point for the Eagles.
Outside for Baufield, it's not over yet. Baufield able to put it away for the Trojans.
If you'd asked me a week ago what the odds were of somebody coming back from this type of deficit, I would have said not good, but I've seen it 4 times in 2 weeks where 24-19 or something about that late has come back to win. So we'll see what we got here. Drescher with a great serve to start the rally.
Brueggemann puts it away, and the Eagles are heading back to the state tournament.
Brueggemann with no doubt on that swing. She hits a heavy ball. Scott Jackson said if she plays as well as she did the last time they played, it was going to be over. And then set 3 here, that's exactly what we got. A heavy dose of Brueggemann down the line to send her team, the Eden Prairie Eagles, to state for the 3rd year in a row. What a night, what a day, what a game. For all of us here at Channel 12, thank you very much for sticking with us. From Benilde St. Margaret, Eden Prairie 3, Wayzata 0. Thanks for sticking around.